Chapter 6305. At this moment, Charlie and Claire met at the entrance of the Shangri-La Hotel. Her media friend was a reporter from a newspaper in Owl's Hill and also her middle school classmate. Although the newspaper could have for staff members enter the press conference, the newspaper was on the verge of bankruptcy and could not send extra reporters. So the other party gave the quota to Claire. When Charlie met Claire, her classmate was standing beside her. Seeing Charlie coming, she smiled and asked Claire, "Claire, is this your husband?" Claire nodded and introduced her. "Nia, let me introduce you, this is my husband Charlie Wade." After that, she said to Charlie, "Husband, this is Nia Cheng, my high school classmate, now working at Owl's Hill Morning News, and is the chief reporter for them." Nia waved her hands repeatedly and said self-deprecatingly, "Don't laugh at me, Claire, what chief reporter? Our newspaper now has only 2 full-time reporters, both of whom are chiefs, and there is no second position. Maybe one day it will be closed and even the chief will not be needed." Claire asked in surprise, "Is the performance of your morning news so poor?" "It's more than bad." Nia said, "Not many people read newspapers now, and our circulation is relatively small in Owl's Hill. After no one reads newspapers, our circulation is even worse. Bigger newspapers can cooperate with government agencies, railways, civil aviation, and long-distance passenger transportation. With fixed purchases, circulation must be guaranteed. With circulation, there is advertising income. Ours is not good. No one buys advertisements, and the income is negligible. If this continues, we will definitely stop publishing within a year." Claire comforted her, "It's okay. The paper media is not doing well. You can change your career. Work in new media. I've seen many former traditional media reporters and hosts open their own media accounts on short video platforms. It is said that once their number of fans increases, their income becomes considerable." Nia smiled and said, "We really want to go together. But I'm still working and can't register an account on the self-media because the company has regulations that the ownership of the self-media accounts operated during employment belongs to the company. Let's talk about it after we leave." Claire reminded her, "Then you can use your spare time to plan the content direction of the short videos. If you can write some scripts and save them, it will be great. Even better, you can start right after you leave your job." Nia said in surprise, "Claire, how do you know so much about short videos? Let's have a good chat if we have a chance, and you can give me more advice." Claire said modestly, "I just heard a little bit about it from others, and I don't have any practical experience." Nia smiled and said, "After the press conference, I will go back to the station to write the manuscript. If you have nothing to do in the evening, I will treat you and your husband to dinner, and we will talk about it in detail then." Claire said, "We should treat you to dinner. After all, we still have to thank you for helping us to see the world today." Nia said with a smile, "Well, let me tell you the truth. Our boss is on a business trip and can't come. So he specifically asked me to find a way to find 2 more people to make up the 4 places. Don't let my colleagues see the joke and say that we Owl's Hill Morning News can't even get 4 people together. I have to thank you for helping me to get the people. Besides, the unit will reimburse me for tonight's meal. I told my boss that it's okay to find someone, but at least 1 meal is due. He agreed. I will just issue an invoice for reimbursement when the time comes." As she said that, Nia said without waiting for Claire to express her opinion, "Claire, it's almost time, let's go in first." "Okay." Claire didn't say anything more polite, and followed Nia to the entrance of the press conference with Charlie. When approaching the entrance, Charlie took out a mask from his pocket and handed another to his wife, who was standing beside him, and said, "Wife, let's wear masks. After all, we are not real reporters. Don't let people recognize us when we turn around." Since this press conference was the first cooperation between the An family and the Wade family in 20 years, the outside world's attention was already very high. Charlie believed that the people of the Warrior's Den would definitely pay attention to this press conference, because he looked very similar to his father. He planned to wear a mask to avoid being recognized by those who were interested. Claire didn't know Charlie's real purpose, but she felt that what Charlie said made sense. Aurus Hill was not big, and she might run into other acquaintances. If an acquaintance saw her sneaking into the press conference with a media reporter, it would be a bit unpleasant. Wearing a mask could avoid this trouble. So, the couple each wore a mask and walked into the venue. At this time, the press conference was already overcrowded, with media reporters and photographers everywhere. Nia took the couple to find the seating area of Aurus Hill Morning News, and the three of them sat down side by side. Nia whispered to Claire, "Today's press conference is really a big deal, and many foreign media have also arrived." Claire nodded and said, "The two families at this press conference are both very powerful, and the media must be very concerned about what projects they're going to cooperate on."